Hello guys, I hope you're doing great. Welcome to another Q&A session. Today I have a really good question. I always say the same thing, right? But all the questions are really good actually, and I find them very inspiring. And this one is coming from Norway, and it's asking me about how to find inspiration when you're in a hectic situation like a film set or rehearsals or on stage. And I think that it's really good because Michael Chekhov is ultimately a vocabulary to connect with our own unique creativity. That's why it's not a method. I said that in the previous video. It's not a formula. It's not like a manual to become a great actor. It's a vocabulary and a sort of exercises so you can discover who you really are as an artist and your own unique path of the actor. There are many paths as actors in the world, and your very own and unique relationship with the world of imagination and the characters and stories that live in that world, that again, it's as real as the 3D we live in, that they've not been incarnated yet, and your job as an actor is to incarnate them. Because we are called actors, we immediately think of action, and when we're shooting they say action, and so everything is being set up for you to jump into action, into doing something. And we live in a very doing-based culture. We're not so good at receiving, listening, and waiting a little bit, and giving ourselves time. So we're pushing, planning, forcing most of the time, not just when we're acting, but in our normal life. Always feeling a little bit of unrest if we stop. Yeah, but stopping, it's actually the key to tapping into your real power. Again, it's about letting go of this control and stepping into bigger control. That sounds it sounds like it doesn't make sense, but believe me, once you experience it, it makes a lot of sense. So my suggestion is, when you're on set and they say action, you've got to stop before you go into action. But it's not, stopping is not stillness, it's not being paralyzed. What I mean by stopping is waiting, but it's an active wait. 1 second, 2 seconds before you go into doing something. So that's the time for you to cross the threshold from the everyday you into the artistic you, from the everyday frequency into the artistic frequency, from the prosaic into the poetic. And that makes a huge difference in what you're doing, because you're elevating it to the arts. So to an artistic level, if that makes sense. So when they say action, that active wait is about, with your intention and your focus, with your non-physical body, you open up some space using the space. And if you work with relationships with the air, you can just imagine how your attention opens the air, expands the air, open up some space for something to drop in. We are vessels, after all. We are called actors, but we are the recipient, the vessel for something that comes. And our technique and our work is about cleaning that vessel so you can really reveal, sustain, and show what's inside. Yeah? So they go action, and you can help yourself with your breath. It's an inhaling. That's a very everyday action we do, to inhale, which is very connected with this active wait. In fact, in Spanish, to inhale, it's called to inspire. So we use the same word, inspirar, to inhale, as to inspire someone or being inspired. So you're taking in, but to take in, you have to open up the space, and then something comes in, and then you change over into, you start speaking. So when they go action, make some room, some space, in the space, in you. And it's space of the unknown, and we have to be brave to stay in that unknown for a few seconds And then you begin to notice something. I promise, if you're not freaking out, if you're able to stay in that unknown and just focus, I'm gonna create some space for something to come. You've done your preparation, you know your lines, you know what you're doing. Now throw all of that out of the window and just open up. Wait, active wait, inhale, be inspired, or listen. It's about listening, it's about sense perception. It's about sensing what begins to tickle, what wants to arrive. And then when it comes, you take it, or it takes you, and you go with it. And that's the beginning of inspired action. It's not intellectual, it's sense perception. We're doing a workshop in London, advertisement moment, break, 26th, 27th of May, about perception, which really helps you to identify this tickle, to identify, to enhance your relationship with the characters, with the world of imagination, to get away from the mind. And when they tell you, don't be in the mind, don't intellectualize it, you go like, okay, where do I go? No one's giving you anything tangible where to place your attention. It's about, it starts with sense perception. That's the entrance to the world of imagination, to the quantum field, to the world of potential. I'm just gonna finish this. I hope this was helpful with a poem from one of my favorite poets, Antonio Machado. He's Spanish. I've got it in Spanish, but I'm gonna translate it quickly for you because I find this very inspiring. And you should look up his work, Antonio Machado. It's called Tips or Advice, and it's called Knowing How to Wait. It's this active wait. It's not being at home, being lazy or being paralyzed. No, it's just an active wait. Open up the space, see what wants to come. So it says, knowing how to wait. Wait for the tide to flow like a boat on the coast without letting wanting to go make you nervous or unrest. Everyone that knows how to wait knows that victory is theirs, because life is long and art is a game. And if life is short and the tide does not reach your boat, wait without leaving. Always wait, because art is long, and besides, it doesn't matter.